Join the Patreon if you want the uncut breakdowns, the stuff that would get this channel quietly strangled by the algorithm. Over there, I can actually say what women do, not what they pretend to want. Today, I'm reacting to a video from a former stripper who's explaining how women decide which men they'll sleep with and which ones make their skin crawl. I can't play the whole thing for copyright reasons, so we're going to dissect the last half.
Love. Some of you are physically, how to say, lazy. You don't take care of yourself, you smell like anxiety and old hoodie, your posture screams, I gave up. And then you ask why woman is not jumping on you. Darling, even I would not jump on you, and I have big imagination. Attraction is not only about six-pack, but basic standards matter. Shower. Clothes that fit body, not war with it. Touch of cologne, not full bath in it. Eye contact that is steady but not serial killer. These things don't make you model, but they remove immediate oog reaction. The men women sleep with quickly usually have three things in some mix. They feel like men with direction, they are not starving for female attention, and they are comfortable with their own desire. Direction means your life not just empty waiting room for relationship. You care about something, work, art, training, purpose, not this fake grind set you post on Instagram, but actually doing something when nobody watches. Not starving means you don't treat every woman as last boat from sinking island. You can enjoy her flirt and still walk away if energy is wrong. Comfortable with desire means you can say, I find you very attractive, without turning into meme or pressing her for answer. Women are disgusted by men who put them on plastic pedestal, then get angry when real human woman doesn't behave like angel. We can feel when you don't see us clearly, when you project perfect girlfriend fantasy onto us. This is uncomfortable pressure, like role in play we didn't audition for. Real attraction grows when she feels you see her flaws, her chaos, and you like her anyway, but you're not hypnotized. You could leave if she becomes nightmare. That makes us take you seriously. Now homework, because yes, I am Russian woman, and of course you leave my class with assignment. You want different results with women, you must stop just consuming advice and actually do. So you take notebook, real one, not just phone notes. First I want you to remember 3 situations from your life where woman clearly was not into you. Maybe she delayed meeting, avoided touch, always busy, or said, you are like brother to me. Write down how you behaved, not how she behaved. Be brutally honest. Where you were too available, too sexual too fast, too self-deprecating. See pattern. Second, for next 2 weeks, choose one habit that makes you feel more like solid man and do it daily. Simple thing. Push-ups in morning, reading 20 pages of real book before sleep, going to gym 3 times week, cold shower, whatever. But do it no matter what. This is not about muscles, this is about you learning. You can trust yourself. That trust in your own word creates silent confidence. Women feel much more than any clever line. Third, I want you to practice being chooser, not beggar. Next time you talk with woman, I want you to ask yourself quietly, do I even like her, or I just like that she gives me attention? Observe her, listen to her, and give yourself permission to decide she is not for you, even if she is pretty. This is like magic spell against desperation. When you know you also have choice, your whole energy relaxes. And relaxed, grounded man is 10 times more attractive than tense boy, trying to prove he is alpha. Do this homework seriously, not like school essay you copy from friend in bus. Give yourself 1 month. You will not suddenly become Bronski, don't dream. But you will notice something. Women stop looking at you with pity or annoyance and start looking at you with curiosity. And sometimes, when spark is real and energy is right, they will sleep with you fast. Not because you manipulated them, but because finally their body got clear, undeniable, yes.
The part where she drops the mask and tells you the criteria. Well-dressed, hygienic, have passions, make her feel something. And all while insisting women don't want the pressure to be perfect. In other words, she wants you flawless, while reserving the right to be a glorious mess. That contradiction is not hypocrisy. It's the strategy you were too naive to use first. You hear her, and you think, so I have to be perfect just to get laid. That's your first mistake. This isn't about moral fairness. It's about being selected in a brutal marketplace. She's not looking for a soul. She's running an instant quality check. Are you visually acceptable? Do you smell like a human? Or like the inside of a bus? Do you look like your life is going somewhere? Or like you respawn on the same couch every day, controller in hand and crumbs on your chest? If you fail these tests, you are not friend material. You are biologically repulsive. She smiles at you the way you smile at a stray dog. Vaguely kind, zero desire to take it home. The well-dressed, hygienic part is obvious to anyone who's left the house in the last decade. But men still resist it, because it forces them to admit they are being compared. Clothes, grooming, scent. These are not just decorations. They are signals. They tell her whether sleeping with you increases or decreases her perceived value. She has to be able to imagine herself next to you in public without feeling like she downgraded her own brand. Then she mentions passions, like it's some cute little hobby list. It isn't. She's scanning for life force. Dead men repel her. There's research backing this. In a study published in Proceedings of the Royal Society, B, women rated men as more physically attractive when they were associated with higher status, ambition, and competence, even when their actual looks were average. Ambition literally bends perception. Your face doesn't change. Her brain edits it. Your obsession, career, art, sport, money, whatever, warps you into someone she can project a future onto, even if that future is just a chaotic 3-month affair. When she says, women don't want the pressure to be perfect, then demands you be well-groomed, well-dressed, driven, emotionally calibrated, you are watching a masterclass. She's offloading the entire burden of perfection onto you while claiming victimhood for herself. That's not hypocrisy. That's asymmetric warfare. She keeps maximum leverage and flexibility. You carry the cost. Men whine about the double standard instead of adopting it. You could be raising your own standards too, only sleeping with women who bring peace, youth, beauty, or usefulness to your life. But most of you are too thirsty to say no to anything with a pulse and an Instagram. What she doesn't say directly, but every woman like her acts on, is this. The decision to sleep with you happens before you open your mouth. Your look, your smell, your presence, the way you occupy space, the way other people respond to you. That gives you access. What happens next determines whether you stay in the I'd fuck him category or get demoted to he's sweet, like a brother. Hell. If you orbit her like a lost moon, over-complimenting, over-explaining, telegraphing that you're honored just to be near her, you obliterate tension. She will gladly harvest your attention, your time, your free emotional therapy, and never once feel an impulse to take her clothes off around you. Women do not sleep with their fan club. They sleep with the man who makes their nervous system glitch. A hint of danger, a hint of superiority, a hint that he does not need her, even as he wants her. The former stripper understands this intuitively. She spent years monetizing male desire in the purest, most concentrated environment. Cash for fantasy. She knows exactly how fast women judge, how ruthless they are, and how much of it is unconscious calculation. Will I feel hotter next to this man, or uglier? Richer or poorer? More powerful or more pathetic? Now, homework. For those of you who prefer results over self-pity. Tonight, Stand in front of a mirror, under harsh, unforgiving light. No filters, no hoodies, no flattering angles. Ask yourself a savage question. If I were her, and I had options, would I want to sleep with this man? Not the version in your head, the one in the mirror. Your clothes, your posture, your body, your hair, your skin, your aura of movement or stagnation. Write down everything that screams invisible or repulsive. Tomorrow, you start stripping that away. One thing at a time. A haircut that doesn't look like a compromise. Clothes that actually fit. A shower routine that removes the smell of despair. A gym membership you actually use. Then write out your passions, not as vague ideas, but as time blocks. If I check your week and see 40 hours of scrolling and gaming, and 2 hours of anything resembling ambition, understand, she feels that. It leaks out of you. Fill your schedule with at least one thing that makes you more dangerous. Financially, physically, socially. Do this for 30 days, not because it's nice or healthy, but because if you don't, you have no right to complain when women treat you like background noise. If this offended you but you couldn't stop listening, subscribe. You obviously need someone to drag you out of your romantic fantasies and into the ugly mechanics of how this actually works. Now tell me in the comments. Be honest. Have you ever seen a guy get girls while being less good-looking than you and realized he had something you didn't? What was it? Status, style, confidence, chaos. Describe it. That's your blueprint.